And good morning, folks. Back here in the fens today. It's just a bit of a brief update and a catch up. I haven't done a sort of a video and update sort of in a while. Everything is coming along really well, folks. Now the cabbages down here. I'll just show you. Just wait. Cabbages down here, folks. If you can see, cabbage and cauliflowers look really well. I mean, they're lovely and healthy, really, and they're starting to hearten up, if you can see just down in there. Okay. So, I mean, you know, they've got a good bit of air, a bit of insulation, or good sort of an air supply coming through the vent up there, but they're really healthy, folks. I mean, they've had some feed on them just recently, some manganese. And that, the red beet are coming along really well, if you can see, folks. This is what I mean about this variety, this F1 variety, Cardinal F1 hybrid. You know, it produces lovely green sort of foliage and lovely red crimson sort of stems, really. I know it's not a very big patch, or it's not very, you know, sort of thin, or there's not much in it, but it's really, you know, it's coming along really well, folks. So there's sort of two flaps open at this end and just one at that end. The other one has sort of fell down again. So but no, everything is coming along nicely, folks, to be honest. So when I actually planted the potatoes up there, what I'd done was I'd done about 6 trial sort of tubs, okay, sort of estimation tubs. Okay, now what that means is, or what that allows me to do is, it allows me to basically gives me an estimation of when they'll be ready to sort of harvest, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I basically tipped one red Duke of York yesterday and 1 Kestrel. Okay, and I personally think give it another 8 weeks. You know, then there'll be something then to, you know, have a look at. I'm not going to go mental and pull them all up at once and that, but we'll have, you know, and see what they're like. I mean, the red Duke of York, they've got a lovely colour. That's a lovely red, to be honest. So I did that yesterday. What also done in here with in between the tomatoes, okay, I've got made some more little beds to put other things in. I've extended the telegraph post, which was here, and shifted it over, so I've got a bit more of a bed in the front here, okay, because we've got some turnip, some kale, I think there's some fennel, some pickle and onion, some broccoli, and all that to sow yet, really. I'll add more of a clear up in here, okay, so what I'll just do is I'll just put this here and I'll just show you. Down here the tomatoes, they're looking really sort of well, okay, if you can see they're coming along really nicely. Now these are well wet, okay, the grow bags are sort of well wet, okay, they would be done every sort of day, twice a day, so these are sort of well sort of moist, but you know, I'll get another water today. I'm not too sure what's happened just up here, folks, this one. That's a little bit, as well as a bit of ant damage, because I know there was some ants on here. So the cabbage and cauliflowers here, they're not too bad. There's 4 cabbage and 4 cauliflower. I've got a bit more of a weed. That's that old chickweed again. So that's not doing too bad. The tomatoes there, they're doing really well. I've started caning them up, folks, okay. So, you know, but what I might do is put another one over there, or another one, but have it more angled. The ones up there are doing really well. You can see over there with the 3 in there, they're all coming along really nicely. The onions are doing well, okay, in between. So in between the 2 grow bags there, they're doing really well. Tomatoes here are doing really well. They're now starting to flower. They've got some little flower heads. So what I've done with that cane is I've put it up against the plant, but then angled it sort of away so it's on a bit of a diagonal. So the plant is not then pressed when it gets tall, pressing hard into the polytunnel. These 2 down here are not looking too bad, okay. They're coming along really nicely. The one in the tub there is doing really well. So it's just the two down there that are looking a bit scraggly. Just the two down there. But apart from that, they're not looking too bad. The three up there, folks, they're looking really sort of well. And that, so it's not doing too bad. The potatoes, they're coming along really nicely there. And that, I've got some purple Cascade beans coming up now, okay. So they're now sort of come through, so hopefully soon we'll get a few more, i.e. the Cobra coming up. The hanging basket's not doing too bad. We've got a nice sort of flower here, okay. So this one, what I'll do with this is then eventually I might even today move this at the front. It's got some nice yellow flowers. This is Cabaret Deep Yellow. It's a Calibracoa. It's sort of like a buttercup sort of type shape plant. This one, what's this one? I've done these, I can't think what I named them now. This one is, it's Buds of May. It's a Fuchsia Claudia, this one. I think this one is, I'm not too sure. But, no, I've got just two in here. So that's now getting little purple flowers, the one over there. And that, so, that's all coming along really well. So, to be honest, I know the little beds down there that I've done yesterday. So I loosened them up really with the little Wolf Garden tool. And then what I've done is basically, I've just, used the little Wolf Garden tool, got, you know, sort of that much sort of, probably a bit deeper, sort of loose soil, sieved dirt, took all the clod out, put all the sieve butt stuff back in, and then I just added some compost and mixed it in with the soil. And what I've done in this bit here, okay, this lot down here, in here, is I've used last year's spent compost grow bag, the compost at the grow bags, okay. So I've used last year's spent grow bag sort of compost, and I've also, the shallots that I transplanted from out the garden, they've died. So what I've done there was the 2 tubs of compost out of there, which has got the vermiculite in. So I've added that as well. So there's a bit of drainage there, a bit of moisture retention material in it. There's some paper mulch there, which the roots will grow through it, so they'll hold the moisture. You know, it's one way of recycling your compost if you can't afford to, you know, go out and buy it. So, but apart from that, folks, everything, you know, is looking really well. So what I'll do in a minute is I'll just take you around and I'll do a bit of a potato update, and we'll see how it's going, folks. Back in a minute. Folks, we're back again. Just going to do a bit of a potato update now, okay? If you look at these are mine gold. Now, to me these look like a fantastic crop when you look at them, really. And that, they've got, you know, they're all flowering now, so you know, there's plenty of flowers. Plenty of flowers, which is what you need really to bulk up, you know, to get a decent crop. I know most people's potatoes are probably only now coming through, but where I'm sort of situated, I have to basically go where the, you know, go with the weather basically. I mean, it's not too bad here winter times. We don't get a bad sort of, now and again we get the odd harsh one, but apart from that, it's, you know, it does all very well. These got, if you can see, the buds are now opening up in there, so they're not too bad really, folks. So I've had get them plenty of feed chucked at them. I've got to do a little bit of, there's earthing up in there because there's a few sort of taters and they come up the side. So what I might do is get some buckets of soil and just tip down there, because I ain't going to go up there anymore and disturb the main sort of root structure. These are all now greening up from the sulphur that I put on the other, or last weekend actually. Last Sunday I did that. So they're now all greening up. There's a few carrots on this one, they come up again. So carrots and parsnips are up in here. You can see they're now on this sort of the third sort of stage leaf. Carrots not looking too bad, I've got to have a weed. The beans are coming up now. Okay, we've got there's sort of one there. There's one there. So they're all coming up now. So what I'm going to do is give these another good watering today, and then what we'll do is we'll get them covered up. But no, so you know, they're all going really well, folks. To be honest, I mean these look really well. To be honest, I must admit. I mean, these look like they're my favourite sort of 4 rows. Actually, they're looking really well. They're filling up nicely. There's a few weeds in the bottom, but I'm not actually going to really worry about that now, because I personally think in another couple of week, 2 week and a half, these will, you know, sort of be covered up, and you know, the top that will then suppress the foliage. The Sarpomera and the Sarpoxona have picked up since adding the sulphur, so I mean the leaves have greened up a lot, and so I mean, because last Sunday these were all sort of nipped up and shriveled up, but now when you look, these have opened up and they're now greening up. So you know, it was definitely sulphur deficiency, and that is a few bits of weeds in here. This is what I mean with this. Look, if you can see, it's only a surface weed, but look at all the fine roots, and that's an easy way of just getting it out. So, but they all work really well. So I'm going to put another lot of feed on them today. So these are the Sarpomera and Sarpoxona. Okay, I just walk up and down and again when I see sort of several large weeds, instead of ridging up, I just sort of just walk along and pull the weeds out. Another thing that I have done this weekend is I've just rotated this lot up and planted about 5 tubs and covered them up, because there was potatoes then growing at the bottom. So they're done. These are, they're greened up quite well, folks. So just have a walk over here. They're looking really well. So so hopefully these will be through soon. I've done these, all been done with Roundup, just to kill any bits of rubbish and that. These ones over here have come on really well. So these are just some old potatoes I had left, and bunged them in before that lot over here and that. So, but these are Kestrel, and they're not too bad, folks, really, to be honest. So old Valor there, they getting the flower buds in. I'd say these have been done for aphids lately, so just recently, so they can be only done. They can be done every sort of 14 days. So with pesticides. So, but they're flowering. So these are the Paramount. They're greened up. You can see they're all greening up. So just keep chucking the feed at them, and you know, hope for the best. But I'm very sort of proud of, you know, sort of how they've come on. You know, so they're all flowering early, which I can't understand why. Now, whether it's because the amount of feed that I've added so far, whether it's because they was under plastic which helped them get through, I don't know. But it's near June, so that's fallen just about right, really, from to flower. So and that, but you can see down there, you know what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, As you can see, look. Missed him, little bugger. Aphid in there, you can see him. Crawling about in there. So they're all flowering nice, so they're holding the moisture in the bottoms there now, which is good. And that's so, but I'm really impressed with these. You know, I mean, I shall definitely go back to the garden centre next year for the kestrel and the whatever first I have next year. I'll probably have Valor again. Way down here. But other than that, I mean, the paramount are looking really well. I mean, they've all greened up. I'm not going to fault these, so what I'll do next week, we'll give another week, and I'll give them some more sulphur, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, they're looking really well. On the lighter soil, they're not doing too bad. I mean, these are, you can see, you've got a nice sort of foliage coverage here, really. You know, that's lovely. I say I mean, that's all down the sides there, if you can, you know, if you can sort of see in there, it's coming on really nicely, folks. So, but one thing whether this is because I've got them different this year, is this. Up on here, I don't know whether, I mean, because I saw several of the kestrel, and I was on one of the Chicago's, whether it's because of where I've got them from this year, but apart from that, folks, they're all looking really well. I mean, the Valor over there they're a bit slow for some unknown reason, but I can't see any major thing. But on these are the kestrel and Ramos. These are not looking too bad. So these are looking really well. So I've got a few parsnips up on the bed just up here. I'll show you quickly. Can't see if there's any flowers in here yet. No, I don't look like there's any flowers in the old kestrel and that. There's not many flowers with them. I've got a few parsnips there. There's one there. One there, I think. There isn't many. I'll probably give that bed over there another week, and if there's nothing come up, I'll get some more red beet and put in. These have now got flowers in, so you can see little white ones, I think. So, but I mean, I think the reason why these might be a little bit slow is, folks, because when it comes to planting, I think this lot, I can't think, they got a little bit frosted. So the seed, but apart from that, I mean, you can look now. I mean, look, they're sort of all now folding back open and that and greening up. So I'll give it another week, and then we'll have another look. And then, you know, when you need to add a little bit more. I mean, these have had one heavy dose of sulphur, so they'll get another one. But all this is now opening back up. So all these, you know, which is a lack of sulphur. And as I said, because we've cleaned up the emissions and that, we've took most of the sulphur out of the, you know, so there's less sulphur in the soil, so that's why they're lacking it. But they're all looking really well, so that's about all for now, folks. I've just sort of done a bit of a potato update and that, and we'll catch back up with you later on today, folks. See you later.